guess one of the most important things for people when they're dealing with large amounts of money in international currency transfers comes down to the security of their money. Like what are the differences between the security you can offer a client and maybe banks and the fintech apps that are out there? Is there any difference?
GC partners we're regulated by the FCA, so everything is very much above board, and you can read it on the website. The FCA number and everything is there. It's hugely important, especially when you're moving such a large amount. It's people's life savings.
They're rightly nervous about it,
exactly.
and should be, yeah.
Exactly. When it comes down to paperwork, proof of transactions, all that kind of thing, we can help with that as well. So we can provide all that, but. Yeah, most certainly the regulations are something to keep an eye out for. Do your research when you're looking into moving the large amounts.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. We've had experiences where someone has been recommended a currency provider, and I'm trying to avoid mentioning names, but where subsequently the funds have come through and they've actually then clearly been fed through a secondary currency provider, and it's like that's not the name of the company that we're transferring the money. So you don't know where the money has gone.
Exactly.
And I think also I know we've certainly had a big case where someone's funds got caught up with the money laundering. The triggers for the money laundering processes, and with one of the fintech firms. Which wasn't a wise choice for them to use. They couldn't get hold of anyone, and it took a week for that money to come through, and they lost their deposit because there was no one to talk to.
Yeah.
So I guess that's quite a big thing for people, is that they've got a point of contact.
Definitely. So when you register with GC Partners, you have an account manager. So that's your point of contact. We know what to expect. So we know that over X amount, or sometimes it's just pulled like a random check, and compliance want to know where the funds have come from and the usual documentation that will come up in that money laundering. So we anticipate for that to happen. So we'll either advise the client that at some point we may ask for those documents. We may ask for them when they register. And that all comes from the initial conversation that we have with clients. Sure. So for us, it's really important to get to know our clients as early on as we can, build that confidence, let them know that if anything should come up, that we will advise them in time, so something like that wouldn't happen.